Hello students, we have been talking about variables. Okay, now the question is what do we store in variables? We store values. And these values are also known as data. We store values called what? Called data, called data, whatever way we can pronounce it. I call it data, whatever. Okay, so you store value inside data. And now, what are the data? We have seen, you can say that x is equal to 7. You can say that x is equal to 7.23. You can say that y, let me use y, is equals to joy. So there are different data types you can store. There are even many. We have what we call numeric data type. You have the numeric data type. Let me see if I can fish it out. You have numeric data type. You have numeric data type. You can store this in a variable. Examples of numeric data type. That's number one. Are what? Int. Integer number without decimal point. That's int. Then we also have float. That is numbers with decimal point. Like this one is float. This one is integer. In Java, you don't just assign anyhow like this. I'm not saying you assign anyhow here, but Python make it very easy for us, for you, and for me. So this is an integer example. You can say I told you that underscore 3 is a valid variable. Is equals to 5. This is a valid variable. Then y underscore is equals to 5.28. 5.28 or 5.2. So that those are valid variable. So these are integer. These are float. So these are numeric data type in Python. Then we also have the sequence data type. You have the sequence data types. Examples are string. String is a sequence data type. String, like you say, x is equals to anything. You can put anything there. Even you can put number. F asterisk. You can put asterisk in as a variable, but it's an operation we are going to use later. Maybe if you still have time. So this is a string. This is a single double quote. When you click this on your keyboard, you click it at once. So you also have x is equals to, let me say y is equals to 6. Is equals to joy or jo. I can use single quotes instead of double quotes, or I can use double quotes. In fact, sometimes I may want to type my variable at once. I may say, let me use f underscore is a valid variable. F underscore. If I want to type it more than a line, I can use the triple single quote. This triple single quote, one single quote, one single quote, one single quote. This triple single quote. I will now type. I can continue the next line. Going to be great. You close it here with the triple single quote. This is a single quote, single quote. Or you can use double. You click double quote at on your keyboard, double triple quote, that is 3 times double, double, and double triple quote. So this one is also a variable. It will store all those values because you want to make it more than a line. Even if you leave some spaces, it will also store those spaces. Right? Like if I say f is equals to a m p, then I leave some 2 spaces, e asterisk, I leave a space, I leave 2 spaces, 4. Alright, I use a single, I have to use single triple quote here. If I print f, print f is going to print p. It will leave 2 spaces. It will print, what's this? What do you call this? Let's assume this is ex. It will print ex, e asterisk. Then it will leave a space. I think this is 4 or a. Let's assume it's 4. Let's assume it's 4. Then leave a space, print 4. So that's the output. So you can also use that triple quote. You use for comment, single triple quote or double triple quote to assign string to a variable. So we have talked about the numeric data type, which are integer and float. Then we have the sequence data type. Example of the sequence data type is string. You know, you can use program to simulate anything you can imagine. Like you can imagine a football character who is playing football like Cristiano Ronaldo. I hope you know him. They will collect his data and he will be playing football. It's just an object in the 3D, probably a 3D game. An object that is behaving like a real life person. So you can use programming to create anything. So we need to create more advanced data types. So we have sequence data type. We have talked about numeric, which is an int and float. We have sequence data type, which are string. We have list. This is also a sequence data type. And we have tuple. They are just like string, but they are different. List can change it. It's mutable, means you can change it like 1, 2, 3. This is a list. This is an example of a list. So I can say x is equals to 1, 2, 3. Right. So that is list. Then we have tuple, just like list. I can say a. This one is in quote, comma 3, comma 4. So I'm storing string. I'm storing integer and another integer. I'm storing integer. I may store float. I may stop any other variable inside it. So this is tuple. This is list. I can store them in my valid variable name. So this is sequence data type. In sequence data type, if it's your string, let's assume x is equals to f1 or ffg. This is your string. If you print x, I think if you print x, you have your curly brackets for print. You print x0, you will get f. If you print x1, you will get f because this one is 0, 1. If you print x2 in bracket here, x, then bracket, you are going to get your, this is ff, what do I call this? FFY, this is FFY or G. FFFY, let's go to FFFY. And this one will be 0, 1, 3. So if you want to print this Y, you are going to print, is equal to X. So you are going to use the print function, open the bracket for the print function. Then you are going to have x2. X2 will give you Y. So if you have X is equals to 1, 2, F. This is what? This is list. List is mutable, means you can change it, but you cannot change tuple. Tuple is immutable. But sometimes you want to have some data you don't want to change. So sometimes you may need to store some data in somewhere. I use it later in form of tuple, list, or string, and you can access them using the way I did the other side. You can access any variable. You can access some list of variables. Like for instance, if you have this, you can start from the back to access this one, because you can have 10,000 variables in your list. So we have 3 variables now, 3 values. So if I say x, I think if I print x minus 1, I think that should print f. That will print f, because you are starting from the back. So this one is minus 1, this one should be minus 2, this one should be minus 3. While this one is also the other way around. If you are going like this, this one is 0. If you are going like this, if you are going like this, you have minus 3, minus 2, 1, because you are going from here. This one will be 0, 1, 2. So if I want to print x, I can just say x0 is what? x0, if I print x0, that will give me 1. That will give me 1. Okay. I can also access some elements. Like let me use string. You can also use string, because string is a sequence data type. Let me say x, y is equals to, I'm going to use string 1, 2, 3. There's a space here, and 4. So if you want to slice it, I can't remember very well, but I think I should be right. Let's try it. I don't have a code there. Try it and see whether it's correct. So you can say x, y. Instead of saying 0, you can say 0 to, I think we want to stop here. And this is 0, 1, 2. Should be 2. Okay. So you have the 2 data there. So you can learn how to slice. When I learn to line, try to see if this one is correct. If you print this one out, try to see if it's correct. Then learn it. You can also use the negative one. For example, there should be something like minus 1, minus 3. What is it going to print? XY. So you can go and learn that one. So you can access data of sequence data type. Don't forget, we have string, we have tuple, and we have a list. List is mutable, is changeable. Tuple is not changeable. So that is that about the data type. We also have another data type we call mapping data type. So you can read more on that. That is dictionary. You have dictionary. Like when you are having an address, there are some data that are like something like an address. So you can use something like a dictionary. It starts with a column like this. If this is my variable, I can say is equal to, okay, something like this. Name is John. Let me use single quotes. Okay. Then next one. So there are 2 values I have here. Next one will be this John. Maybe H. Let me use H. H is 30. Something like this. So this is dictionary. So you will know the use as you continue to learn. This is the variable, this is the value, the data we store in it. We also have set types. There is set in mathematics, and it's very interesting. If you understand math, you know math is interesting. If you don't understand it, it will not be interesting, I guess. So sets are collection of unique items. Let's close the curly brackets. Like you can have something like this: 1, 2, 3. This set is equals to BB. So this is a set. We also have frozen sets, which are immutable sets. For example, it is represented with represented like this. BC is equals to use this, then you have your data in it. So this is an example of frozen set. This is an example of frozen set. Then we also have boolean type. We have boolean type. Boolean is value that are true or false. You remember that if we say if x is equals to x as x is equals to 3, if x is equals to 4, print 5. This will not work. It never work because x is not equal to 4. Now what is here? The value that is here is using a value called true. You can also store it in. This is false now. This is false. So the code will not run. It will turn this one to false. So the code will not run. This one you can also use it now. Or if you say if x is equals to 5, this one will not print 5, right? Because x is equals to 3. Or let me say if x is equals to 3, then x is equals to 3, print 4. You have to put colon. In the latter statement, you put colon. So if x equals to 3, that is true because x was equals to 3. Print 4. Alright? So this one will be true. That value will be true. So you can even use that value directly. You can say if true, print 3. So you don't need to evaluate anything. You have already used true. It will print 3. So the if here is not capital I, small letter I. So if true, print 3 to print 3. If I say if false, print, you have to put colon here with indentation, constant indentation like false space bar. Okay, print 5. This is false already, do not print 5. Or if I say x is equal to false, I can assign data type to variable. This is my variable, I'm assigning false to it, and I say if x, I'll give an indent, print 5. That will not print anything because this is false. If I turn this one to true, if I say if x print 5, it will be true to print 5. Okay, so it's similar here. This one is actually using that true ideology. X is equal to 3. If x is equal to 4, this is not true. It will not print 5. But x is equal to 3. If x is equal to 5, it's going to print if x is equal to 3, because x is equal to 3 here. If it's equal to 3 to become true, then to print 4. So that's boolean type. We also have the non-type. We have the non-type. The non represents the absence of a value or no value. The non represents the absence. The non represents the absence of a value or the no value. So we have the non-type also. We have the non-type. So you can browse more on that. Thank you.